Hey guys, welcome to the Heroes Institute. I'm Damien, and today, from now on actually, we're going to do something slightly different. It's not going to become a presentation anymore. I want it to be more of a conversation, like an open dialogue, where so I'm basically just going to talk to the camera and about these ideas. Because essentially the Heroes Institute is about spreading ideas that will help you grow as a person and hopefully make you become a hero. Now, I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to kind of put it online, and hopefully you guys can learn something from it. But essentially, we're just going to talk about these ideas. So I'm going to use my trusty laptop because sometimes I forget what I need to talk about, what's important. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the topic of today is letting go. And I'm sure a lot of you probably being told to let go of something, like when you go through a breakup, or when you get fired. People just say, oh, just let go, just move on. And yeah, that's what we should do, but most of the times we can't, because it's easier said than done. How many times have you told someone to let go and they just keep holding on? And it's not hard, because letting go is not logical. As I always say, it's more emotional, because most of the things in life, the difficult things in life, like a breakup, are emotional. And when you say to someone just let go, it's like, I know I need to let go, but how am I going to let go? Because I feel so strong towards this situation. I can't just. It's an emotional thing. You can't just get rid of someone. Like, you can't just get rid of these feelings. It's very ingrained in us. We built these habits anyway. So you get the point that letting go is a very important, it's like a superpower. To me, I've been practicing letting go for maybe 4 or 5 years. It's taken me 4 or 5 years just to be able to even let go of certain things. Some things it's a bit hard to let go at times, like going through a fresh breakup. Of course, I'm not just going to be like a robot and go, okay, I forgot you. I've just let go and forgotten you in my life. I'm not a robot, or some people think I am. It's to let go of the things that are causing you pain. It's liberating, because when you hold on too tight, you become a slave, or you become enslaved and like a prisoner of these situations, and at times it just kind of drags your life down, and then you don't really get anywhere, because you're just stuck on holding on to this situation. And 5 or 10 years might go past, and you'll be like, oh damn, how come I can't let go, or why am I stuck? And what tends to happen is that your life goes in a spiral. It just goes down, 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 because you keep holding onto a situation that is realistically not right for you. It's probably it's detrimental to your health or well-being. Okay, so let's look at why does this happen? And the short answer is that we are creatures of habit. We don't like change, and believe it or not, that is the truth. Like, if I say, okay, tomorrow you have to move out of your house, you'll be like, hell no, I'm not going to leave. This is my house, this is my home. And for some people, the nomadic kind of spirits, free spirits, they'll be like, okay, cool, whatever. Those, we're not all like that, but most people are kind of resistant to the idea of change, because change brings a sense of fear and uncertainty and risk. So when you tell someone to let go, it's like it's like that radical change when you've been so used to a habit or like a way of living that you can't really you just reject it, because it's so different. You can't just change like that. It takes time. So a lot of times people are resistant to change because it presents a lot of uncertainty and fear and so forth. So, like, for instance, I'm going to use the example of breakups, because those are the ones that are hardest to let go, because they're so close to our heart, and it's just heartbreaking to just give up. And a lot of us don't like to give up. We're stubborn, because we want control. We're a lot of us are control freaks to an extent, and and that kind of hurts us in the long run, because life is so unpredictable. You have to realize you can't control life. Life controls you to an extent. Okay, wait, actually, let me rephrase that. You can't control most aspects of life. You can kind of just influence them. Like, you can't control the weather. You can't control this, the economy, or people to an extent. I mean, you can influence it, but we're just very small kind of beings, and we don't have that much influence. Well, that's kind of negative, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm back because I kind of messed up and lost my place. I was trying to rely on a script, which is not good. Anyway, let's go back to the idea. So in order to understand letting go, we have to look at the opposite, which is holding on. What makes us hold on? And the idea of holding on is basically creating expectations, because we hold on to images, like we hold on to a vision of what things should be, standards to which we live our lives. So for instance, in the idea of a breakup, we become so accustomed to being with a certain person, and we expect them to be in our lives. It's like this that you wake up every single morning with your partner by your side, and it's kind of like becomes an expectation that they'll be there. But when they're not there, it's like, oh no, you freak out and you go, oh my god, what's going on? My life is just turned upside down because I lost this person. So to a great extent, it's holding on is just having expectations about things in life. It's our way of controlling life, because we expect certain things. This is how our life should be like. Now, holding on can be very, very tiring, because it's like a lot of times, when we hold on to certain expectations, and especially when we have these high expectations, they go unfulfilled because life happens, and it's like you can't have everything your way. It just doesn't work like that. So holding on is like, think of it like holding on to a cliff. It's like when you hold on to the situation, it's like you're on a cliff and you're about to fall off, but you're just holding on to the cliff, and after a while you get really tired and you just want to you want to let go, but if you let go, you think that if you let go, you will fall to your doom. But that was kind of a weird analogy, but you get this idea of the more you hold on, the more tiring it gets, and sometimes it's just easier to just let go and fall into the water, and you realize you're fine because the cliff was probably only a meter high. Anyway, that was just a weird analogy, but let's get on with it. Yes, so let's talk about how to let go in your life, okay? Because that's what we want to know how to do. I'm sure you're probably watching this because you've tried all these different ways, and you realize that a lot of it doesn't work, or there's a million reasons why you don't know how to let go. But we're going to explore some of the ideas that have helped me let go in my life of different things, and these are the ones I think are the most powerful, because there's so many ways to let go, but these are the kind of the ones I've kind of researched and tried myself and found that are very effective. Okay, so the first one is to let go of control. As I mentioned before, you can't control everything in our life. In fact, the more you control, I like this quote I've heard. It wasn't really a quote, it's more about, I'm kind of paraphrasing. The more those that try to control everything are the least in control. Right, let me say it again. Okay, those who try to control everything in life are the ones that have least control in life. Terrible way of paraphrasing, but you get the idea. So the more you try to control things in life, the less control you actually have. And that's one of the great paradoxes of life, is that let's use the example of a control freak. Those people that just want to control every single aspect of their life. Those people are nuts. They have no sense of control. They're like just out of control, which is the irony of it. Now, the other way is that if you let go of control, you actually become more in control, which does not make sense at all. But let's explain this. Okay, so you have no expectations and you don't bother controlling things. Then you're just kind of like, okay, cool, whatever. You're just so cruisy and relaxed. Like me now, I don't really care if I stuff up. So you actually become more in control because all the things that you release yourself of all those expectations, and you have no expectations, so you just kind of flow with life, and that's a very calming kind of phenomena, and then you become you have this stronger sense of control. Okay, you get the point. Now, those what was I about to say? So how do you implement this in life? So if you let go of control, it's easier said than done to just go, okay, I don't care anymore, I don't control anymore. So the idea is to basically let go of the small things. Start small. Everything in life is always about starting small. So you start small by letting go of controlling or having expectations about certain things. So for instance, someone cuts you off in traffic, you're like, okay, whatever, I don't care. It's only I don't know the person. Why should I care? Because you don't have that emotional connection or emotional attachment to this person. Or you can be like, oh, I missed the train. Okay, I'll take the next one. So what? I'm late 5 minutes. So I rather it doesn't matter. 5 minutes. Okay, I can make amends tomorrow. I won't be late tomorrow. So you see, just by starting small, you build up this kind of your strength. It's like going to the gym and starting off small. You don't just never going to the gym and you go to the gym and try bench press 100 kilos or something like that. You start off small and then you work yourself up. So control or letting go of control is kind of like a muscle that you build over time, just like willpower and everything. You build this over time. So eventually when you start letting go of all the small things, you can start letting go of the medium-sized things, and then the big things in life, then it'll be much easier to let go. So yeah, it's like a superpower or like a muscle that you just keep building. Okay, so the next one I like to talk about is finding a better perspective or option. Okay, that's a bit of a weird one because for me, a lot of times when I approach a situation like breakup or losing a job or an opportunity, the first kind of reaction is like, oh my god, I can't believe I lost it, or I can't believe I lost her. And that's the thing is, reality is that's one perspective you can take. You can say, oh my god, I lost this person forever, or I lost this job, I'm never going to have another opportunity like this forever. So I mean, realistically, if you take the example of a breakup, there are 7.5 billion people at this moment, okay, on this planet, and just say half of them are female or male, whatever you like. You just say you've got 3 billion people, and then you do the maths. There are basically a lot of people that you can be with, and just because you lost one person that you thought you kind of think that I'll never find someone else, realistically there are millions and millions of other potential partners that are suitable for you. So you kind of have to shift your perspective from one to another. I mean, there are so many different perspectives. So breaking up, what helped me for myself, like when I broke up with one of my exes, I was really obsessed over this girl, and I was like, oh my god, she was the one, I can't believe I lost her, she was perfect for me. So I stopped focusing on that. I shifted my perspective on, what did I say? I said, oh, I'm single again. I can meet all these different amazing girls out there. So I was in Singapore at the time, and there was, damn, I shouldn't reveal too much. But anyway, I was in Singapore at the time, and there are a lot of attractive single people not single necessarily, but a lot of attractive people, especially girls, okay? Little tip there. Anyway. So realizing that I could meet with all these different types of, I had a lot more options, it kind of just made me feel, oh, okay, it's not too bad. I mean, I can meet new people. So by just shifting that perspective, it allowed me to kind of just let go, because I was kind of like holding on the cliff and realizing, oh my god, I'm going to die if I let go. But then I realized, you know what? There's so many, so many different options that I can fall onto. I can let go and I'll be safe, because there's so many people. It's kind of realistic. So you got to be realistic about it. You got to kind of detach yourself emotionally for a second and stop thinking all these kind of crazy thoughts that you only have one person in your life, and you've got to just hold, and you've got to find that, think a bit logically, and just say, oh, there's actually other people, yeah, and just focus on that. There's definitely more people. Okay, I killed that point. And I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, another one I like to talk about is live in the present. And the best way to explain it is by using this quote that I love. This quote, it's from Lao Tzu, and you probably heard of this before. And I have to kind of, okay, let me just read it because it's easier. Okay, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. And if you are at peace, you are living in the present. And I love that quote because it's so true. So for instance, if you are constantly thinking about your ex, or you're thinking about the past, like you are so attached, so focused on the past that, oh my God, you'll be thinking like, I wish she was so perfect, and all the times we did this and everything like that. And then you'll find yourself just being depressed because you can't change the past. We don't have a time machine to go backwards, or we don't have a time machine yet, and we probably never will have a time machine. And on the opposite side is like thinking about the future. When you think about the future, you become really anxious. Like if you're thinking about, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if I lose the job? What if she never comes back? And all these things, and that creates so much stress and anxiety, and you just become like a ball of mess because you don't know what will happen. And that's the thing. Thinking about the future is so unpredictable. Now, what you can do is you can focus on the present, because the present is it's the now. You can make immediate action, and you have the most control of the present, because in essence, the only thing you can really control in life, and this is a kind of a universal truth, is that you can only control your focus and your reaction to an event. So, and yeah, when you have that kind of, when you realize that this control is only resides in the present, what you can focus on and what you can react to, that kind of, it gives you a sense of peace, because I can't change the future, or I can't change the past, and I can't really predict the future. So what I can do is kind of react to the moment, and that is powerful, my friends. Okay, so another thing is that you can do these imagination exercises. So you can ask yourself something like, 5 years from now, what will happen if I kept on holding on, if I didn't move on? Sorry, I've got a message. I'm just going to turn that off. And that is powerful, because if you held on to your ex, or you held on to this kind of mistake that you could not change, and you became miserable, and then 5 years later you're like, and you realize, oh my God, or something just radically happened and changed, and you're like, oh my God, I wasted all that time just crying and just being miserable. And when you realize that, when you just put yourself, kind of transport yourself in your 5 years ahead, or 10 years or 20 years in the future in your mind, and you're like, all that time I wasted, what an idiot, what was I doing? So I'm sure you can do it. You can even do it now. Think about a mistake you done 10 years ago as a kid, and you go, oh my God, I was such an idiot. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's what you want. You want to have that epiphany moment where you kind of can look back at something and just detach yourself from it, and just kind of laugh. You go, oh my God, that was a good time. I was an idiot, and I can't believe I did that, but I learned from that. So that's the kind of epiphany I want you to experience. So imagination, or these role-playing games, or kind of what would you call it? Fantasizing about. Okay, let's just call it imagination. Imagine yourself in yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and looking back and realizing all the time you wasted, or you are wasting. So that's powerful. That's another really good one that works for me a lot of times. Now, the last one I like to look, or actually there's two more, is forgiveness. Forgiveness is an incredibly powerful tool that a lot of us don't really practice, and it's so simple, but yet sometimes it's a bit hard. But it's always essentially, forgiveness is just saying something like, let's use a case of an ex. Say, so in my case, what I kind of do when I think about my ex, the exes I say stuff like, I forgive you, and I love you and I forgive you. You know, it's just simple as that. You know, I forgive you. It's so simple, but yeah, it's so powerful. If you truly forgive someone, it helps you let go. And the way it does that is that you stop holding on, because it's like you've decided that it doesn't matter anymore. The pain that you experience, that you cause or whatever, it's okay. I'm going to make amends for it. You know, it's like reconciliation. You kind of just say, okay, I'm wrong. You know what? I'm going to make it better now. It's kind of that kind of reconciliation, or that it gives you a sense of progress, that you've moved on from something that's painful. And forgiveness is kind of like dissolving those emotional bonds and attachments that kind of just enslave you and you can't let go. It's kind of like it melts away those painful connections to the past. So anyway, forgiveness is powerful. Just practice it by saying something like, you know, I was wrong, I hurt you, I'm sorry, and I forgive myself. That's important as well. And I forgive you for the pain. So just kind of use it simply. You know, kind of just say, I forgive you, I'm sorry. Okay, I talked too much about that point. And the last tip is, not really, let me just sum it up by saying that letting go is a continuous process. You know, you have to take time with it. It's not a quick fix like anything in life. And you've got to really build that confidence in letting go and that power. And it's like, as I said, it's like a muscle. You just have to keep doing it. You have to keep doing it over and over. I thought I could take only a month. It would only take a month for me to just let go of certain situations. But it's taken me years to become even like good at it. A lot of times I'm like, I take a month or a week or whatever, but eventually I get there. And when you get there, it's just liberating. You just move on with life and you become stronger. That's the beauty of letting go. You become stronger. You learn from the past. So it's really about continuous process. It's not a quick fix. You got to take your time. You got to do it day by day, and you got to keep reinforcing. Because at the end of the day, the reason you held on to something was because you kept on practicing it. I mean, you kept on reinforcing certain habits. Like being with someone is like a continuous process as well. Like, you know, you went on dates, and then you started living with each other, and it became a repetitive process that you just created these strong bonds. So letting go is the opposite. It's slowly trying to pulling apart those bonds very slowly at a time, and then eventually your muscle becomes so strong that you can just rip apart these bonds. Okay, I mean, sometimes you don't want to rip apart them, but you know, as I said, it's like a superpower. It allows you kind of to let go of the things that don't serve you in life. So yes, that's pretty much it. That is the power of letting go. And I apologize if this is kind of tedious. This is the kind of a new approach I want to take to making my videos, because it's much more relaxed and conversational, and I want you guys to converse with me. Just give me feedback, comments, let me know your experiences, because I really care about helping you guys, giving you these ideas. This is the reason why I created Heroes Institute in the first place, because I want to help this world. I want to make changes. I want to spread these ideas that help people grow. And yeah, so give me feedback. Even if you say I'm an idiot, I suck, whatever, okay, I'll take that on board. Tell me why I suck. Tell me why I'm an idiot. So yeah, guys, I really look forward to your answers, and I'm gonna make plenty of these videos, and I'm gonna do it like this because I think it's much more entertaining and as well informative if I do it like this, when it's more spontaneous rather than sticking to the script, which I found very challenging, because it's like I have to say these certain words and I didn't want to do that. It was very unnatural. Anyway, If you guys like this video, like, as usual, like, subscribe, share, and give me feedback. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.